everybody, I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Well, we are back to get buzzed with Charlie Adler. Come with us.
I would like to know, because we're starting to get to know Charlie here.
Yeah.
And what's really inside Charlie. And I really want to know, why do you teach?
Because I need purpose, and I feel like the greatest events of my life have occurred as a result of people either pointing to something, or giving me tools to help me, or giving me a roadmap, or giving me the picnic lunch to go on the road. My life has never, ever been without incredible teachers, mentors, and people around me. And I think it is. I just think it's a function of being a human being, and I look for teachers all the time. I mean, one of the saddest events in my life now is that at my age, I am losing, because I've had so many people older than me be my teachers and my mentors. What? What?
I don't know.
We're getting a little feedback from your hearing aid.
I've had so many people older than me that were my guides, that I call my earth, and most of them are gone.
Yeah.
And I feel, and I talk to my contemporaries about the same thing, and there's this terrible void that's been left, and I've had many conversations with other friends who have said, we are them now to other people, or we have to be them now. It's a choice, is that we are them. Yeah. So here's my little crown. But it's I do feel that I'm at a time in my life where people do come to me, and it matters to me. I don't take that lightly. I want to be that person.
Yeah.
I want to be what many people have been to me.
That's good, man.
It's beautiful that you recognize that and that you want to continue to pay it forward and be that for
I don't
someone
even
else.
know. I don't any of those things. I don't mean to shut on anything you just said. I don't even feel those things. It's just the right thing.
It's just the right
It's
thing.
just, I don't know, beautiful schmootiful, and thank you. I have not a clue. All I know is it has to happen.
Right.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
Well, we agree with you, because that's
Yeah.
the whole purpose of this show is, we feel the need that we need to give back to everybody, and we don't get paid for this. We don't charge for our
What?
show.
Where's my check?
No, man, this is our time. Our
We
dollar,
like to reveal that
our
while
dollar
the
and your
camera's
dollar.
rolling, so
Absolutely.
you will not receive compensation.
Ask Charlie a question. Look at him. He looks
I
like he
was
needs to answer
promised a
something.
box of Whitman chocolates.
Well, you're going to get your
Oh
Whitman
yeah,
chocolates.
there's your box right here.
You're going to get
There's your chocolates.
nuts to caramels. Okay, so now let's go a little bit into...
Let's go a little into...
Close. To cow and chicken. Much like your contemporaries, Maurice LaMarche, Billy West, you play cow, chicken, the red guy. Many times you're playing opposite yourself in a scene. Can you... How does that show record? Do you do it all just as dialogue go, or is it broken out of character?
No, it's straight page.
So
Top to bottom.
you're just switching characters yourself when you need to. And,
But I try not to overlap me.
right.
Yeah.
Not to overlap yourself.
Shut up! I'm talking. Leave me alone.
Hello.
Yeah, I was really. I mean, that was so thrilling for me to be able to do that, and I had a blast. I just did a live. The John Lovitz, Rob
Yes,
Paulson
with
had it.
Rob.
We did
Yes.
that night, and it was so wonderful just to be able to do it again.
Yeah.
It just felt so good. At the end of the day, I think we did 2 of those shows a day, 2 segments a day, and I was also Boneless Chicken and I Am Weasel. I was a baboon with Michael Dorn as Weasel, and so it was a very full day. And at the end of the day, I would say to Michael Ryan and David Feast, "Who am I?" And they'd show me my license, and then we would go out and we would get hammered. We'd go to lunch and just get hammered.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was great,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
What a blast.
It was great
Yeah.
because I there was nothing left for me. I couldn't have done anything when that day was over, and so we would just go and drank.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? When all else fails,
Drank and ate.
you go drink.
That's right.
So are those 3 characters that Stacey just talked about, are they really, really different from each other? Can we hear a little sample of...
Oh, cow, it's just a 7-year-old girl. Chicken, her brother, is just a pain in the ass.
And the red guy is just out of his mind.
So the red guy's more like you.
A little.
It's a lot like
Hello.
you. The red guy's
I
just
get a
Charlie.
little 7-year-old girl off of
Yeah, that was good, man.
I do. Have more
That
of a
was
similar
good. I
bro.
love it. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
David, David Feast, who created it, he's like a bag of nuts.
Yeah.
And he's an angel human being. He's a very sedate guy. He had his wedding at our house to Anne Marie, his second wife, who is another angel from heaven, and we're weird brothers. But his sedate outer layer really hides how he created that, and his animation is cuckoo.
Yeah.
I mean, I look now, I objectively pull back and now look at it because it was so long ago,
Yeah.
and I howl. His timing is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw the show, but it's just really, it's
Yeah.
so
I
wrong.
have seen it.
Yeah.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong on every level.
I saw you do. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up
Oh.
on this show.
The red guy orgasm.
But I saw you do the red guy orgasming.
Oh, yeah.
It's on, you're on
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
now, by the way,
Oh,
doing that.
Everyone's on
Pretty
YouTube
funny.
having an orgasm.
Pretty funny. I don't know. Just YouTube it.
Well, because the reason that's so funny to me, why I actually said I wanted to volunteer to
Yeah.
do it, is because David animates these mad people, and his personality was so extraordinarily hysterical,
Yeah.
over the top, bigger than anything, that for him to have an orgasm just amused me. I would actually wonder what it would be like. So I had to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has the audio to the animation. So if he
Yeah.
wants to animate it, he can actually make it.
I
come
don't think he
to
can.
life.
He's allowed to anymore. I don't know who
Well,
owns what
something
anymore.
could happen.
Yeah, it's all very.
Maybe one of you
wish.
guys can put it together. What else we got? I mean, you work with so many great guys out there, and
Says you.
says me, and
And
I want to know
girls.
who are some of your favorite guys or gals to work with.
I won't
Either
say.
you
I
won't
would never,
say.
No, I'll
you would never say.
No, I'll tell you why. I'm in a position as a director.
Yeah.
That I would never ever give anyone who people are too fragile.
Who do you hate working with?
I would never tell you. But believe me, they know.
They know.
Google
And
it.
yet, if they're in the room,
You would
and I
never
have
know.
cast people
Yeah.
I do not like.
You have.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It is not my job to eliminate people on personal bias. If somebody is brought before me and they are right for something, I have no business
Good for you, man.
not giving them, as been done to me over the years by
Right.
people. And you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's about the best-
That's not who
Yeah.
I am, and
Yeah.
that's not who I will ever be. And yes, of course, there are people that I love more than others, and they know who they are. And there are people that I really am not so crazy about, and
Right.
they know who, or they suspect who they are. And then the people, and there are probably only about 3 or 4, really, maybe 3 in this town that I truly
Get the voodoo doll.
Truly despise.
Who are they?
I will
Chuck.
never tell you. But they know. They know who they
It's
are.
I know.
TMZ.
I'm
It's
just-
VOTMZ.
They know who they are. And
First
you
of
know, it
all-
doesn't matter. But again, if I'm in a room with them, I can't bring that in as an
No, you
actor or as a
can't.
director.
You can't.
It's not my
But
job.
That was a test question because I knew that that's exactly what you were going to say.
But what part of
Because
it?
you're that you wouldn't say because I mean. I'm getting to
classy
know.
like that.
Yeah, you're a classy guy, man. I don't care what anybody says, dude. You are a classy guy.
I don't care what those 3 people say about you.
You are a classy guy.
What? Who are the names? Who are they? Who are they? What are the names?
Okay.
Who said what?
This was actually my real question.
Oh my God!
Your
It's
favorite,
like, am I in high school right now?
your favorite
Terry.
character to play?
My favorite
You
character.
have a favorite character
in animation?
Yeah. One of your favorite characters.
Cow.
Cow.
Cow, chicken, cow and chicken.
Okay.
Not so much the red. No, cow and the red guy, not so much chicken. Cow and the red guy, absolutely.
You just
are
love
a
playing him.
picnic. Just a picnic. I loved Ickis in Our Real Monsters. He was so neurotic, and the room. I mean, Chris Cavanaugh and David Eccles.
Yeah.
And Greg Berger and we had amazing guests, and he was just so high strung. And I love playing, and I know I guess I have a reputation for playing nuts and doing over the top things.
Yeah.
But I have to say, in my Doda Ridge, I really love playing quiet. Maybe because I'm tired.
Oh,
Maybe because I'm
funny.
exhausted.
Catch Charlie on a tired day, he'll give you something totally different.
Do you find that when whether you're at a restaurant or an airport, do you like to study people? Do you find that you're always listening and watching and building your little
It's
arsenal?
not such a
of-
good thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
It's hard
why.
to turn it off.
Well, no, I love it. I like to think of myself as a satellite dish.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm at a party, I hear 8 conversations at one time, and I play them all back to the people at the party. I'll go, why did you say that? What? And I think also because as a director, I have to hear writers and animators and actors and engineers and editors. All of them have to have their place. So I think it's just become a heightened thing of mine. But I've always loved sitting and just being the observer. The terrible thing, and when it's not a good thing, is like if I'm at Home Depot and I'm online and like Ted Kennedy has an affair, and out loud I'll go, "Oh my God, Ted Kennedy has a penis! Can you imagine?" Because I find it so ridiculous. We talk about these things in this country.
Yes,
and
that
then
is news.
I go, and then I go to the checkout girl, and she goes, "And you let me?" And I hand her $20.
You let me cash your charge?
And I end up going,
Well,
You do not.
and it's not,
that's
and it's not
awesome.
intentional. And then I'll catch myself, and I'll think, "Oh,
Why did I do that?
well, because it's fun."
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is fun.
it is
And what are you going to do? And it's not necessarily the nicest thing. And I'm mostly under control. But there are times where it gets so I feel like those circus mirrors. Sometimes
Yeah.
it just gets so absurd. In order
Well, you have
for
to
me to
open the
digest it,
valve
I have
let
to
it-
I have to
yeah.
stretch it so I can
Yeah.
live with it. Because some of it's just too the ridiculousness, including myself. I mean, I become a satire myself at different times just because I go, "What the is wrong
Yeah.
with you? Why did you say that?"
of course I can.
Yeah, because I can.
Sounds really good.
It felt
But
right.
they probably get a kick out of it at the same time. I know.
I don't know.
I would.
Not always. I'd like to say that to let myself off the hook, but I don't think that's
Yeah.
true.
So, from your coaching standpoint, your voice director standpoint, can you give a kernel maybe to our voice actors watching about, we talk about thousands of auditions for one role, you listen, making that audition pop, making that audition stand out.
I can't, and I hate the idea that anybody does, and here's why. This is the world according to me. Here's why. Everybody just does the best that they can. There are too many subjective things that go into it. And I think to layer in everything else, one more thing to think about that is a rule, because one casting director, how do we know they're not so lazy? How do we know they're listening to everybody anyway? How do we know that the buyers haven't made a mandate about that particular character? How do we know that there isn't a list of what we don't want to hear? How do we know any of those things? You cannot go into an audition feeling that there is a stack this high of things that you must be or do, because
Between you and the
chances are
microphone,
someone's going to get it, and if it ain't you, it doesn't mean it's because you didn't hit a mark, or you didn't make the grade, or you weren't smart enough, funny enough, good enough. There are so many subjective things that happen when people are cast that are rarely fair to everybody. It can't be. There's so many things that go into it that come to budgetary concerns, political concerns, personal biases, that to say to an actor, this is what you have to do to make your thing, your
Stand out
audition,
or better.
I think that's just another bunch of pressure that's crap that people pay good money to go to classes to learn how to eat green apples.
Right.
Who cares? Your actors act. Do the best you can do. Have a great box of skills and be the best you can possibly be, as you can in any given minute. And you will fall down, and you will stink, and you will fail, and you'll be humiliated, and people will yak at you on the internet as if they know what the hell they're talking about, and you will have to prevail and just do your job. Do your job.
Thank you.
I think you actually answered a question
Yeah.
with something you just said with your actors act.
Well, yeah.
And that pretty much buttons that up.
Well, it's hard.
You see?
It's hard.
Just relax.
Well, as a voice actor, that just
As an
resonates
actor,
with
you're not just a
me.
voice actor. You're an actor.
Yeah.
You are an actor, and I refuse that label. It irritates the living piss out of me. When Susan Sarandon does a voiceover, does she become a voice actor? She's an actor.
She's an actor.
She does whatever she is allowed to do, and we do whatever we are allowed to do and fight for and earn our way to.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was that?
That was
that
perfectly-
delicate enough?
Perfectly said. I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, so tell us about Facebook.
I loathe Facebook.
He
I
loves
want everyone
Facebook.
to know that if there is a Facebook page that says Charlie Adler with my picture on it, that someone's answering fan mail, it's not me. I have never had a Facebook page. I do not have a Facebook now page, and I never will have a Facebook page. And it's fascinating to get someone off of it. You have to you have to prove to Facebook that you're
That
you.
you are you.
However, they don't ask anyone to prove that you're them, them to open it.
Yeah.
I know.
And
I know.
it's maddening. This culture and this Facebook culture is maddening. I have nothing to do with social media. Don't want it, don't care. I made the terrible mistake because somebody sent me a couple of things about the alleged truth of my life and career and some comments. And I took the bait. I felt myself just getting crazy. And I thought, who cares? The only difference about social media now and being in high school in the 60s and 70s is you didn't always hear what people said about you.
Right.
It didn't touch me then. Some of it did, and it sure as hell shouldn't be touching me now. I do not want to swim in that sewer over and out. So it's not my world.
It's not
Yeah.
your
My world
Yeah.
is right now.
Yeah, you're good at this, man.
And
You-
this is all I got.
I'll tell you what.
So
if
what
you
I'm
were on
hearing is there's
Facebook,
no
you'd be
Twitter.
trouble, man.
There's no Twitter either.
I don't Twitter.
One
I don't
minute.
narrate my bowel movements. I just go about my life. And I'm not interested in anyone else's minute-to-minute life. I don't really care.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
drives me nuts is when I watch TV and they says, oh, tweet about this. How can I watch TV and have a conversation? Tell us what we respond. Well, wait, what? Who am I talking to here?
Right.
Why? Why? Because we have to. Oh, they're in it with me. That's in front of me. Could it have all of my attention?
Yeah.
Which is why people are driving and doing this all
Yes.
day.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hear
What a
you, man.
novel concept to focus on one thing at a time,
Oh,
Charlie.
Right?
You're such a maverick.
Woo!
Woo! Wouldn't that
Woo.
be horrible? And if we didn't have all these faceless people loving us, how would we get up? I see great value in what Facebook and social media does in many elements politically and societally. I feel that a lot of what is being done overall is very potentially destructive. And personally, to someone who does not want to swim in it, nor wants to be impersonated, I feel vulnerable and endangered. And then I would have to say and explain that's not me.
Yeah.
And you know what really offended me more than anything about one of the many times
It
that I was
wasn't that thing
impersonated?
I told you when you first got here, right?
Worse than that.
You guys made up.
I
It's okay.
hated that this moron impersonating me couldn't spell and was calling people darling.
No way.
You're not a darling user.
No, and please don't make me sound like a moron. Couldn't spell. Schmuck.
Oh, if you're going to impersonate Charlie Adler,
Could you give me an IQ if you're
Spell.
going to impersonate
I
me?
know.
An IQ.
Very disappointing.
Oh my
Yes.
Very
goodness gracious.
disappointing.
Know when a lot is one word
So
or two.
let me ask you something real quick,
Anyways.
Charlie Adler.
So anyway, I was all, yeah.
So, okay, we know that you're an awesome voice actor. I can say good stuff about you. You don't have to agree with it. We know that you're an awesome voice actor. We know that you're an amazing director. We know that there's a lot of people out there that love you. We're one of those now.
Thank
Yes.
you. Now, before we're done.
And so, but I wanted to ask you, if somebody out there who's maybe, they're doing stuff and maybe they wanted to get a hold of you, maybe they want to maybe have them, join a class that you're teaching, how would they learn about that? Is there a website they can go to?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, my agent's talking me into doing a website.
So,
He says very
You leave
nervously.
a bag with a note at a determined
I
location.
have an agent, and
you have an agent?
Yeah.
So they should contact your agent maybe?
Yeah, I mean, don't call my mother; she's busy.
Don't call his
Right.
mother. Call your agent and maybe say, hey, is this a
But
possibility?
my mother's so sweet. She'd go,
Hi, this is Carol.
oh, that's oh. And then she'd say, honey, I just spoke to the most lovely young man. He was so bright.
Told them all about you.
Yeah. Gave him your phone number and your address.
No, she would never do that.
would
My
never
mother
do
is
that.
way smart,
Yeah.
but she's so dear.
She's dear.
Everybody's the most. I just went to the dentist. The most wonderful young man.
That's lovely.
The loveliest.
I know.
She's so great. Isn't that great?
Well, do you have any for somebody who's watching, who's thinking about launching?
What are you
into
doing?
business?
Wasting your time? Go outside. It's a beautiful day. What?
And we're back.
There was actually good stuff in there.
There's somebody who's really, who's in the voiceover business, maybe just getting started, or do you have any thoughts for them?
If I were starting today,
You
I
wouldn't know
would
how to
not
do it.
know how to do it. But there's one, and I didn't know how to do it then. And everybody that you talk to has a different way in.
Yeah.
So
We were talking about the skill set, and but. I mean, yes. I mean, that is an interesting thought. Is if you were starting out today.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm certainly not one of those people that believes if you want something, you'll have it.
Yeah.
Right.
And the word deserve. Children deserve to eat in Africa.
Yeah.
And women deserve to not be beaten to death or raped in their own homes. We deserve dignity. Somebody doesn't deserve a career. Somebody
Right.
doesn't
You're right.
deserve a big house. When people say, "Oh, I just got myself a car," "Oh, you deserve it." No, I don't. I don't deserve a big. I don't subscribe to that. And I also don't. And I also feel very, very strongly that just because you want it doesn't mean you'll get it. But what I do believe is wanting it and doing everything you can to manifest it and trying your damnedest, you have a better chance of getting it than not getting it.
Absolutely.
But I don't believe in those things. I don't believe that I wanted, and if I wanted, because when people say who are very successful, I just always knew. You are one of a million people. For you, there were 200 million people who always knew too and are disappointed.
Yeah.
So from that mount, I don't buy any of that.
Right.
Things are random. Life is random. Luck is random. Hope is everything. And hope gets you to the next minute and to the next minute. And strength, wherever you find it, gets you to the next minute and the next minute. But when you enter, just because I put a Band-Aid on somebody on a bus doesn't make me a doctor. So for this conversation, if you want to be in animation, I believe it's an actor's medium. I urge you to learn everything you can about being an actor. I do not believe it's about your voice. I never have. I don't now. Your voice is calm. Some people have a bigger range than others. But if you are a good actor, you have a better chance of working in any medium.
Yeah.
And this is one of many mediums. And nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball where that's going to take you or not take you. And I sure as hell didn't picture myself
Yeah.
in the life that I live. And I'm so lucky.
You think you're lucky, or do
I
you think
think-
you made some of your luck?
I think I'm lucky. I think I am profoundly lucky. I've had incredible people around me, and I have survived some huge cataclysmic events in my life through the nature that I was born with,
Yeah.
by the location I was born, the country I was born, the state I was born, by location, by parents, by events good and bad, by mistakes horrific, by my own mistakes at my own hand and mistakes that other people made, and all of that combines to make a life. And
Handsome looks.
and
Well,
I'm,
but
could work.
you're no victim. You're no victim.
No.
Yeah, and that's
no, I don't. No, you know, there are legitimate victims
Absolutely.
Yeah.
in this world.
yeah.
Somebody who doesn't get the car they want is not victimized, and I can't even waste time with those thoughts. And I do not believe in anyone's entitled to anything except dignity and equal opportunity to eat, be housed, be clothed, and to be educated.
Yeah.
And the rest, who knows?
Get out there.
And everybody's born with
Yeah.
different purposes, and you find them. Listen, I'm still finding out stuff that interests me, that I want to try and do and think about, and what the next chapter will bring.
Do
And,
you feel
and
you're still learning? I mean,
God, I
yeah?
think I just started.
Okay. Wow.
I just said to a dear friend of mine on the way over here, I feel that we are in chapter 1.
Wow.
I feel like chapter 1 just started because I think everything was a prelude to what I'm feeling now.
Yeah.
And a wonderful, thrilling, terrific, exciting prelude.
Yeah.
But it just started,
Wow.
just recently.
Yeah.
And I just think that's the way it
It's
is
the
for
beauty
me.
of getting older, you know.
The luck of getting, yes, and the beauty. But I'll tell you something. I grew up in New York in AIDS. People didn't have the luxury of getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole generation of people wiped out. I consider myself so lucky to
Yeah.
be alive in the face of all of that.
Yeah.
That, you know, at
Yeah.
22 years old, I was going, they're dead.
Where's
They're dead.
everybody
They're
going?
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now that I'm 57, I go, oh, this one's gone. This one's now my older.
Yeah.
They're all going. So I got what I got. Ain't I lucky?
Yeah.
You are, man.
So, Charlie,
What? What?
I know you don't like talking about yourself, but I'm going to make you because I'm
I think that's why I'm here. I sort of had to give that bias up at the door,
exactly.
didn't I?
well, but I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to go through a few.
All right.
Okay, you've won an Emmy.
Yeah.
You've won a Dramalog Award.
Yeah.
You're a Helen Hayes Award nominee.
Yeah.
Multiple Annie Award nominations. Animation Magazine named you one of the top 13 all-time voiceover artists. And you were named Voice of the Decade by Animation World News.
But what decade? I think it was 1780.
Oh, get out of here.
I think Washington was president.
Ow.
My question to you, Mr. Adler, is in your mind,
Mr.
I mean, all of
What's
that
left
is,
of it. Yeah.
but in your mind, what do you think is your biggest accomplishment or honor to date for you? I mean, these are all amazing things, but for you, and I'm sure you appreciate it, but.
None of them have to do with my work.
Well, but that's even better. That's even better.
Yeah.
Is this something that you can share with us? It's that you feel is your biggest accomplishment?
I think my biggest accomplishment. Oh, I don't even say this without sounding like a total asshole.
Well, you already sound like an ass, so.
So I just have to add the whole to it.
Yeah, you just have to have the whole to it.
If we keep them separate, we could not have to edit.
This is going to be our first rated R show. Rated R. Okay, go ahead.
Kids, it's time for you
There's
to
going
go
to
to
be way
bed.
too
Could
many.
you please, excuse me, can I have the whole, please?
Way too many beats.
The
I think
donut,
I'm
donut
deflecting
hole.
because I'm nervous. I think being able to hold myself together in the face of some really horrific events in my life, and in a way that I felt not only did I prevail, but my spine got sturdier. I think, yeah. The one thing I know about myself now, business, is that so far, and I could be tested on this and probably will be, I can handle pretty much in a different way than I used to.
Yeah.
Things that come at me and come out. And I think my biggest accomplishment is I'm a very happy man. And given what I learned about myself as a kid, that is a massive achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel probably that.
Well, I mean,
Good for
that's.
you.
I mean, how can you beat that?
Well, that's a powerful statement.
Yeah,
I'm a happy man. I
absolutely.
mean, that's a powerful statement.
Let me say it. I'm a happy man.
Yeah.
Now
He is
say
a
it as
happy
if you're in
man.
a church. Now say it as if you're in a windy car. No.
I'm a happy man!
Look, I was directing of the Emmy-winning director there for a second. I accept
Ginny,
my
I think
green
Ginny
apple.
has 3 Emmys.
She
My
does.
Ginny has
Yeah,
3
she's
Emmys.
got like a
Oh.
little pyramid going.
Yeah, get down, man.
Charlie, we love you.
We do.
Thank you.
Where's the Whitman sampler I was promised?
Well, wait, let me ask you: is there anything that you want to talk about
No.
that we haven't talked about?
Well, actually,
It's your show. What do you want from
No,
me?
but this is also about you. I mean,
Yeah.
we want you to have.
No, I didn't come in with questions.
okay.
Well, no,
Well, then
or-
I want to ask him something. I want to ask him something.
You want to
okay.
hear about this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
They point.
Okay.
You love it.
So both Lorraine Newman
Yes.
I love it.
and Lori Allen have been on our show. Lovely, lovely people
Yes.
that we love very
We
much.
love it.
And I love
And
Lorraine.
they both said, separately and without us coaching them
Any prompting,
or
yes.
directing them, they said that it wasn't until they worked with you that everything changed for them as a voice actor.
They became homeless.
And animation, no.
You and
on the
Chris Zimmerman,
contrary.
that it was a game changer for their career.
Yeah. So and For some reason, we didn't ask them, well, what was it that he did or say or...
You can't ask me that. You'd have to ask them. I don't have a
Really?
clue.
Because you have no idea?
No,
because
I'm flattered, and they have both respectively said
Yeah.
that to me privately. But since they've said that to me privately and they didn't tell you publicly, I can only assume it's private.
well, not only that, you don't even
And
know.
therefore, I'm not saying anything.
He is so good that he doesn't even know what he actually does.
I
Do
don't.
you work
impact
for the
people's
I don't.
lives.
CIA?
I don't.
Well, no, I mean, Lorraine
I
had
don't
said
know
she
what-
had what?
I don't
That
know
she
what-
had auditioned for 2 years.
That's right.
Before, and then after she auditioned for 2 years, and after she had worked with you and Chris Zimmerman, that she said
That's when she started booking.
that it changed.
I'm glad.
Did you tell
all I
her
can
to
say
just
is-
don't care about what you're
I
doing?
don't know what I told her.
Did you tell her you're good enough? Did you tell her?
They had drinks. That's what it was.
They had drinks.
You had drinks.
I think I read a fortune cookie and I handed it to her and I said this.
And
This
spark-
is how you will become.
you sparked her hope.
I don't know.
no.
I'm so flattered by
Yeah.
that, and that means flattered better. It just means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
But both of whom I love, personally in my life, and they're both in my life in a big way, and I love them both, and I think they're both remarkably brilliant
They are.
Yes.
beings on
Yes.
every level. Every level.
Yes.
Not just their work. Everything about them is wonderful, and I'm lucky to know them. I don't know. You have to.
Ask them at the next interview. Why?
Are they?
We're
We'll do
going
a
to.
Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
And
Where are they now?
And you say, "Where's Charlie now?"
Yeah, he's in the
In
same
the velvet
place.
room.
Yeah.
we'll do
no.
a contest. Find Charlie. You'll
No,
get a
he's
free
at
microphone.
he's at Lowe's haggling the counter check.
Oh,
Imitating her.
Okay,
Paper
Charlie.
and
All right, we'll do this with Charlie because this will be fun. Okay, Charlie.
Okay.
Pick a number between 5 and 120. Nine.
17.
17, easy.
No!
32.
I'll tell you why. 32.
I didn't know there'd be yelling.
Is there? Am I
yelling? I'm sorry, am I yelling?
Not at all.
Okay. If you had to name the most dangerous thing you have ever done on purpose, what would it be?
be born?
That's pretty dangerous for you, anyways.
Really?
I think it's dangerous for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, you come from this great, wonderful place and you shot out the chute into this, and then you got to figure out what the hell it is in a quick. That's pretty dangerous on purpose.
True.
We gotta leave it at that, man, because
Don't try this at home, kids.
that is a great answer, and I love that. You're right. There's nothing more dangerous
What's more
than just
dangerous?
living, man.
What, shopping at a sale at Bloomington? What kind of answers have you gotten before?
Well, I was drinking and driving once. I dated this guy on purpose, who I knew had been in prison.
He was from the wrong side of the tracks.
I don't know. What the hell would you say? I don't know.
Dude, I gotta tell you something. I am
got me.
so glad that you came out here
too,
and shared
thank
with
you.
us.
And the parking
our-
was
our
great.
viewers. The parking was great. Charlie Adler,
not letting
ladies
you
and
go.
gentlemen,
We're not
the
letting
one
you go.
and the only. Thank you, seriously. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
down and
This
sharing with
was-
us.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you for having me.
You're a sweet guy.
Thank you.
You're a sweet kid.
A sweet kid.
He's a sweet kid.
Where's my Whitman
I
sampler?
get it. It's coming.
I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacey, and I'm a little chafed.
Well, that's all we had. That's part 2 with Charlie Adler. I like Charlie Adler. Isn't he
Love
cool?
Charlie Adler.
I mean, this guy knows his stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We'll be back next week with another awesome episode of VO Buzz Weekly.
keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, you guys, at VO Buzz Weekly. We'll see you next time, and just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.
Bow, bow,
Bow, bow,